planet's on fucking fire.
What's up, everybody? I'm Nikki, and this is Backyard Politics. Like, share, subscribe, do all that fun shit. You know how it goes. Help support this channel, Venmo, Patreon, at Backyard Politics, all that shit. I will post everything down below in the description box. I'm coming to you from my backyard, and this is a little bit of a Nikki rant mixed with some other shit, so bear with me. I am going to somewhat Quentin Tarantino this story, so if you guys don't know what that means, it means I'm going to start at the end and work my way to the beginning. My kid and I were just at the Dollar Tree, and oh fuck, so I'm so pissed. I already started this video, and then I got like halfway done and realized I didn't push start. I pushed start stop because I was too quick. So anyway, I was at the Dollar Tree with my kid, and there was this homeless man that was laying on the sidewalk outside of where the Dollar Tree was, not blocking anything, not blocking any doors or stores or anything like that, sleeping in between the stores, just taking a nap. Went inside and did our shopping and told my daughter that I wanted to get some food and water for the man that was outside sleeping, because probably hasn't eaten in a while. God knows the last time he had something to drink, because let me remind you that at least here, there's no drinking fountains because of COVID. So, I don't know where the Unsheltered Community gets their water from. Side note. So, when we were checking out, across the way from us, there was, another checkout, and this old man and his wife, I believe they were late boomers. The man said to the cashier really loudly, there's a man sleeping outside, or there's someone, I'm sorry, he didn't even say man. He said, there's someone outside sleeping on your sidewalk in front of your store. And I started shaking because I was immediately pissed off, because who fucking cares? Is he hurting anybody? No. He wasn't even moving. He was sleeping. If anything, you're bugging him. So he complains. The store clerk didn't even realize that there was somebody out there because she's busy doing her fucking job. And she goes and looks after the guy had left, and then realizes, well, okay, he's not really blocking anything. She comes back and does her fucking job, just like she should. Meanwhile, we're checking out, and I have water and honey bunches of oats with almonds. They had a little box of that I got, and some Jello it was sugar-free and, fruit. It's the best I could do at a fucking Dollar Tree. And so I'm checking out, feeding the guy, right? Because it's the right goddamn thing to do. Our government is failing us. You're at the Dollar Tree, old man, for a reason, right? Probably not just because your wife brought you there. Probably to save some money. Because we're all hurting from this pandemic, from not getting fucking anything in a UBI, no Medicare for all. We don't get jack shit. We get tossed out on our asses. So, anyway, I go outside, I leave my stuff for him. I do need to mention, there was some other very sweet person that had left what looked like their leftovers in the takeout box right next to him for him when he woke up. So he's going to have a lot of food and a 6-pack of bottled water when he wakes up. So at this same Dollar Tree, about 4 years ago, I want to say, I met my friend Gabriel. And I haven't seen Gabriel since. I think about him often, and Gabriel, if you somehow watch this, I hope you're doing well, buddy. But I had seen this guy who was hanging around the Dollar Tree and just looking through the garbage and stuff, basically just trying to find food. And he was sitting there with a cup asking for spare change. I gave him some, you know, what couple bucks I had on me, and then, you know, took off. Thought about him all the rest of the day and the next day because I get in my head about this kind of thing, and I really, uh, if I see somebody that needs help and nobody is helping, I don't get it. So I take it personally and I feel like I have to do something because I'm not rich by any stretch of the imagination. I was on food stamps recently, but I have more than some, so I'm going to give what I had. So I went home and I packed up a bunch of shit and like food, water, pans, stuff like that, put it in our Disneyland backpack that we took to Disneyland, ironically enough, and went back down to the Dollar Tree the next morning before the stores opened. He was still down there. I pulled up, parked, and he was like really timid because a lot of times these people, all they hear is, "Get the fuck out of here, what are you doing? Go away." You know, they're shunned. So they know how society looks at them, and they're usually not clean because how the fuck are you supposed to bathe yourself if you don't even have a home, right? These warming shelters around here only open when it's below freezing. It rains here fucking 90% of the year, but they only open when it's freezing. We are failing everyone. We're failing our neighbors. The government is failing us. So before I get too far off on that, he was really timid, and I went up to him. I try to approach people that are unsheltered for their safety and mine, like they're like a deer in the wild, because deer are very, very pretty, very sweet, but they're scared all the time, right? So I try to approach it like you're gonna walk up very gently, quietly, and I was like, "Hey, no, it's okay. I just wanted to bring you some food. Can I show you what I have?" He was so fucking nice. So fucking nice. I will never forget Gabriel. We sat in front of the Dollar Tree, freezing our asses off for probably 2.5 to 3 hours, honestly. Just talking. He just wanted somebody to talk to. He was from Washington, and if I remember correctly, he's from Aberdeen, and the only reason I know even that town name is because Nirvana, Kurt Cobain's from there. But I'm pretty sure he was from around Aberdeen, and he made his way down to Salem, Oregon, and found himself there. He had some pretty rough stories that he told me, and that wasn't even the tip of the iceberg as to what this man has been through. So, anyway, he was on his way to Eugene, see if he could meet up with his brother. And Gabriel, I really hope that you found your brother. And I hope you guys are doing okay. But, anyway, I sat there and I talked to him, and I befriended him, and I will never forget him. I always think that I wish I could see him again, to talk to him, to know that he's okay. But at the same time, if I did run into him, he probably wouldn't be okay because he'd be on the streets because he's not from here. He's just passing through. So, hold on a minute. Hold on. Ever since I was a kid, I always wondered why first of all, there was only like a couple of homeless people like throughout the town. It was very rare that you saw it. There was like one in, at every ish major intersection. There wasn't even that many. Now everybody's on their way to unshelteredness. But I always wondered, like, why can't we help them? And I was told because they'll use the money for drugs and alcohol and bad things. And I thought, so? Like, I don't want them to get hurt, but it's their fucking money if you give it to them, right? Who cares if they spend it on? If they need to get a drink to warm up, I don't drink. I haven't drank in fucking Jesus Christ. I don't know how long, honestly. If they need a drink to warm up, then who cares? It's their money. Do you want somebody telling you how to use your money? Because I sure as fuck don't. Not at all. So, I was also taught, just because of the stigma, that these are people to fear. You don't go up to them. Like, oh, my computer was making a weird noise. Sorry. You don't go up to them. You don't approach somebody because you don't know if, one, you're going to get stolen or whatever. Okay, there was a lot of paranoia in my house as a kid because growing up, my dad was a cop. So we were always watching our back. Probably why I'm so good at watching my back now. Keep that in mind there, guys. So, I'm getting off track. Anyway, I was told to, like, fear these people, that they all had mental illness and were people to be afraid of. Like, seriously? Some of the nicest people I've met are troubled or unsheltered or need some kind of mental help or suffer from, okay, here, I suffer from depression. There you go. I don't know that I've ever said that on this channel. It's really hard sometimes to get through the day. There you go. Stigma over. Like, there's so much fucking judgment in this world. And I think that's what's bothering me so much right now, is the judgment that old fucking man at the store, instead of judging that guy, who was having one of the worst fucking days of his life, obviously, why don't you buy him a cracker, you son of a bitch? Anyway, it was because of my rebellious ways and just basically saying fuck this and also questioning everything. Like, what made these people homeless? Why are they homeless? And now I'm learning. I'm not fucking perfect. I don't know everything, but I'm learning. This is a government issue. Our government is letting these people down. Our government is letting us down. We're in a pandemic. We have no UBI, no Medicare for all, no fucking assistance. And we get thrown a few random checks as political tools. You realize that, right? It's not to help us. It's whenever it's convenient for their fucking political runs. That's when we get money. Oh, Jesus Christ. So anyway, it's all that, plus my friendship with Gabriel, that I decided, like, I wanted to do whatever I could to help the people that aren't as fortunate as I am, whether they're unsheltered or not, but specifically the unsheltered community, because I cannot imagine what it would be like to live on the streets. I have one of my longest, closest friends was homeless for quite a while. I am so happy to report that he's doing really well right now. But yeah, he was on the streets growing up. He was on the streets as an adult. Like, and once you're in the prison system, you're fucked. You get out, you can't get a fucking job, you can't make any money, plus you owe all these fines and shit. It's just, oh God, I can go on all day long. It's sick. And we just, as a, hi Phoebe, we just as a society are like, well, yeah, that's, that's how it is. You fuck up, you go to jail, you get fines, you can never vote again. It's like, what the hell? Just think about what you're saying. Anyway, it's because of all of these things that I have tried to figure out the best ways that I can get involved in my community, with the unsheltered community specifically. And there's been times that one year at Christmas time, I did a clothing drive and ended up with, like, I don't even know how many big ass boxes of clothes and blankets and stuff like that we ended up giving out. My family gave out on Christmas Eve to the unsheltered community that was living outside of our mall, because we have Salem Center Mall that is like 2 stories tall and takes up, I don't know how many blocks, 6 maybe? I'm guessing. I don't know. I'm not good at that. And, it's used to be the shit place, like the it place to go, right? Like for all the teenagers and stuff. I was like, yeah, we're gonna go hang out at the mall. You know what the mall is now? The mall is ground zero for unsheltered community living around it. You have to, if you want to go to the mall and park in the parkade, you have to drive up through all of the unsheltered community. If that doesn't tell you what capitalism is, I don't know what the fuck will wake you up. So, there's these really cool things that are popping up all over the place. They're called free fridges, or also I've seen them called fridges, which is a little strange. But they're free fridges and pantries. And Portland, for example, has an entire map for where these things are. They are basically community-ran refrigerators that are donated. They can be plugged in to any public place that, approves it, obviously, or residents, even some residents on busy streets could agree to host these things, and they are run on just donation only. They are usually not religious affiliated, because I don't know about you, but I don't need Bible talk with a sandwich. People that are, let's say, down on their luck. I don't even want to say that, because it's a systemic issue, right? It's not their fault they're there. I don't even remember what I was saying. Sorry, I lost track. Anyway, they're really cool, and you get volunteers that come and make pre-made meals to feed the hungry. It doesn't just serve the unsheltered community. It also helps kids that are hungry. Lots of kids eat out of these. They depend on these for their meals every single day. The pantries can stock dried goods and clothes. Some of them have clothes, some of them have books. Like, it's really, really awesome. And I would highly recommend all of you checking out to see if you have any of these free fridge community things popping up in your area. And if not, start asking around, seeing if anybody's interested in starting it with you guys. Because if you get enough people together, then you can get something like this going, and it feeds the masses. You get, so-and-so is going to feed, make pre-made meals for Monday night's dinners, right? And then the other person is going to post all of this shit to whatever social media site you're on, and then Tuesday night is so and so, and you don't even have to get that specific. That's just me. I like to be organized. You can just open it up like, hey, this is take what you need, leave what you can behind, and donate when you can. Always accepting donations, open 24 hours a day. Anytime you're hungry, stop by, eat some food, and it's locally, just anybody can stop by, donate. Fill it up with donations. Look these things up. I've seen them most on Instagram, just so you guys know. But we have some here in Salem that I would like to promote. And if you guys would like to support something like this, please follow Free Fridge Salem on Instagram. And also they are on, sorry, my dog distracted me. They're on Venmo at Free Fridge Salem. So if you guys can help support, I do want to give a giant shout out to Independent Left News. Love you. You're awesome. Like one of my best friends online. He donated some money to Free Fridge Salem, and I really, really appreciate that. It's very sweet of you. So if you can, if you can't, that's okay. But this is just one way that people are trying to help. We've seen here specifically in Oregon, we had a gigantic ice storm, but not as bad as in Texas, where people are standing in line for fucking hours just trying to get their little fair share from a food bank, right? So if we can make these free fridges a common thing, you know what I think is so awesome about these? This is a socialist program, right? It's mutual aid. But some of the people that are benefiting from the mutual aid, just like our wildfires, are right-wing. So, that are not just right-wing. I need to expand that. Right-wing that are against Antifa. But who's your mutual aid? Antifa. Just saying. So, anyway, if you can, support these or try to start one in your own community. It's really, really beneficial. And it's nice to see how many people actually come together and give a shit. It's something positive, and I'm happy to leave, especially this episode, on a positive note, because it has been a rough, emotional roller coaster of a day to day, and everything that we talk about on here seems to be super fucking depressing. So here's something to shed a little bit of light and hope on your Saturday. Again, if you want to support something like this, look into the Free Fridge program. You can find it on a lot of them on Instagram again, and support, if you can, Free Fridge Salem on Venmo, also at Backyard Politics on Venmo, because trying to grow this channel any way we can. And I'm gonna go edit some more stuff so that you guys can have more videos. I'm also on Odyssey now, so if you guys can, go over there and follow me. I have a link to it on Instagram and Twitter. I'm still new to it and learning, and it's, I think, still uploading some of my more recent stuff, so have patience with it. But because YouTube's such a dick, that's why I'm going to Odyssey, because hopefully I'll be able to live stream through there. So anyway, like, share, subscribe, comment below if you guys have seen or are interested in these free fridges, and yeah, love you. Till next time, Medicare be with you.